Good evening, everybody. We are going to start our video preview here in just a minute for our holiday select sale. Give it just another minute or so. We're a couple minutes early, but wanted to make sure everything was working right before we got up and going. So if you've already joined, give us just a minute and we'll get going on the preview. We just wanted to get everything up and going real quick with a couple minutes to spare in case we had any issues with the streaming. Okay, we're going to get started here with our preview. Want to welcome everybody. This will post both on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, so if anybody wants to come back, double check anything, you'll be able to find it there on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel. So we always start off kind of going through how to get into everything in case this is your first time with us. I know a lot of people at this point have been through this process with us over the last few years several times, but we want to start out with just showing everybody the quickest, easiest way to access everything from our website, which is smbwhoresales.com. You'll notice here on the home page there's a button here. If you haven't registered to bid, you can click there. It'll take you into the Octria software where we do our online bidding, to the registration page. Or if you've already registered, you can click right here where it says click here to bid, and that will take you as well into the catalog in Octria where you can bid on the horses. I'll also point out we've got our gallery here. Again, you got to register to bid, you got to click to bid online. You've got the online flipbook catalog if you want to go through and look at that. Also, if you wanted to print that off for any reason, you can export it to a PDF and print it off. Down here you've got the horses and some detail page if you want to go in and look, and they'll have videos loaded. They're also in the Octria site, but just if you want to do some more research through here over the next day or so as the bidding's open, you can. If you go into a horses page, open the pictures, you can scroll through the different pictures. I want to point out all these horses have had examination by a vet prior to the sale. We don't consider these as a pass and fail. This is just to give the buyer an idea of what the health status of the horse is currently. We don't believe that there's a pass and fail on a horse. The older the horse gets, the more things they're going to have. Just like people, over the years, they get some little bit of arthritis or whatever else. So this is just to give you an idea of what you're getting. It's a fairly general pre-purchase exam. It does not include any x-rays, but it does include a flex examination and then some general health situations. So that's in the pictures of all the horses, whether you're on our website or whether you go into the Octria site. So I'm going to jump in to the Octria site. I just oh, sorry, I went to the register to bid. So that would take you in. I'm already signed in, so it just takes me into my account. If you click on the catalog here at the top, or if you click on the click here to bid, it'll bring you into the catalog. This is where the bidding will take place. I also want to point out right here, we've got our sales terms and conditions right here. And we've got down here the consignor contact and their hip numbers and where the horses' locations are at. Also, if you need a transportation help, commercial transporter or something along those lines, we've got some companies we're familiar with down here that you can reach out to. So going back to the catalog, I always start out with a little bit just kind of understanding what's going on. So I've got a demonstration bid here. This is the software functionality. You go into the individual horses page to actually bid. I'm going to go back real quick just so you can see that bid, starting bid for the demonstration. I just click on it, pops me in here. So there's two options when you're bidding. You have a quick bid, which is just what we're looking at right here. The starting increment would be $100. If I click on that, it's going to ask me if I'm sure. I say okay. Now it'll show I'm the highest bidder. Okay. The next bid increment's $200. It just shows me that I can bid again. So you can bid against yourself. You're responsible as a buyer to keep track of what you're doing. We can't go undo if you bid against yourself, so please pay attention. We also can't go undo if you bid on the wrong horse. So please make sure what you're bidding on. Here is also a custom bid amount. So if you think you might be tied up later tomorrow and you just want to let the system bid for you, or if you're bidding against somebody in the increments and you want to jump it higher, this is going in $100 increments, but I want to jump to 500. I can just type in 500. I don't put anything down here. I hit bid. It jumps me to 500. So you can jump a higher increment than the minimum amount if you want to by doing that. Now, if you want to get in and let the system bid, maybe you're not going to be available tomorrow night when these horses start closing. The next bid would be 600, but I'm willing to go to 1,000. You will notice as I hit this, it will just go to the 600. Now, if anybody bids against me, it will kick their bid and move me up the next bid increment. So if somebody else came in and bid $700 that was not me, it would tell them that their bid was superseded by a proxy bid, and it would move my bid up to $700. So if you put that in, you have a proxy bid, somebody bids against you, it'll move till it hits that $1,000. Now, if somebody comes in and goes over your proxy bid at 1,100, I have the 1,000, it will go ahead and put them in. So you can allow the system to bid for you and let that move up. We've got a practice bidding in here. If anybody wants to go in and kind of practice before they bid on a horse, get comfortable. The bidding's open now. There's going to be bidding that takes place over the next roughly 24 hours, but really this is going to come down to tomorrow night when the horses start closing, that you're going to really want to be paying attention, unless you've set that proxy bid because you're not going to be available or whatever else. But if you want to come in and kind of mess with this and understand and feel comfortable, you can use this practice bidding. Okay, moving on to hip number 1, we're going to go through these. I do want to remind everybody the details around the online only sale. If you are the winning bidder, the expectation is that the horse is paid for by the end of the sale. You'll get a notification when the horse closes that you can go in and pay yourself. You will need to register a credit card to be able to do it. As you do that, if you need to use additional cards or different cards, it will allow you to do that. If you need help doing that, you will be able to call the numbers up here, these 2 phone numbers right here, to get some assistance, and they can help you if you need to split it up over some other cards. I apologize. I'm just realizing that the bidding is not open on these, and it should be. So I'm just going in on another computer here to try to get these, make sure that the bidding is open here. Okay, and I'm going to refresh and make sure that worked. Okay, yeah, so now you'll see all the horses will be open. I'm not sure why we didn't have that in there, but wanted to make sure it was there. So now you can see the bidding's open. There'll be a starting increment, starting bid, and then the increment. And again, if you need help, these numbers up here, these 2 people will be available to help, especially tomorrow as the sale gets closed. If you've got questions throughout the day tomorrow, feel free to give us a shout. With that, we're going to go ahead and jump in, start watching some of the videos on these horses. This is hip number 1. This is Justin. Justin is brought to us by 6 Shooter Livestock. He's located in Blackfoot, Idaho. He's a 2017 grade gelding. He's 15-1 hands. His disposition is level 2 on our scale for beginner friendly, and temperament is 2 for mellow. He has experience in trail riding, ranch work, barrel racing, 4-H club shows, play days, sorting, team penning, western pleasure, halter, and jumper. He is a big old teddy bear. He'll meet you at the fence for attention. He loves to be petted and eat treats. He rides alone or in a group. He has been team sorted on and done play day games. He will ride English or Western, even bareback. This sweet boy is fun out on the trails and very willing to do whatever they ask of him. He's well-minded, gentle, stays the same with time off. Just an all-around pleasure kind of a horse. See here with him popping some balloons. 6-shooter, they do a lot of team penning. Most of these horses will have probably seen some team penning and sorting. Team sorting, I should say. I don't know that they do a lot of team penning, but they do a lot of team sorting. They do a great job exposing these horses to different things, getting them desensitized. I know Laura with 6-shooter messaged me last week about the 3 horses they have in this sale, and said that these are 3 of the best horses that they've ever offered anywhere, especially in our sale. She's the one that rides most of these horses most of the time, and she said she's just really, really, really enjoyed these 3 horses that they have in this sale. They've got 2 others after Justin here, and that they're good horses, and she's really enjoyed them, and she's going to miss them. That says a lot. Again, she rides these horses probably 5 days a week. You'll see here they find all different kinds of ways in the videos to show you what they are. I was kind of reviewing myself, going back through a little bit earlier. Liked how this horse just carried himself. I like that big front shoulder. He's well put together. Well, I'm not exactly sure. Somebody bid and knocked us out of the video. Sorry about that. We'll jump up here to about where we were. I want to remind everybody too, these videos, we're going to show 2 or 3 minutes of each of these horses and talk about them. I might jump around in some of them, but some of these horses have a lot more video. Please make sure you've watched through them. The other thing, we've advertised a lot on our Facebook page this week. Please shop the horses before you bid. The consigners want these horses to find good homes. You want to find a good horse. There's no reason not to call up, have a conversation, ask questions. They'll tell you if the horse is going to fit. Tell them what you're going to use it for. They'll tell you if it fits. They want it to have a good home. So please, if you're planning on bidding on a horse and you haven't talked to the consignor, please pick up the phone and call them. Take a look at the pre-purchase exam. Watch the video. Make sure you understand what you're buying. When our buyers go through that and talk to the consignors and do their homework, we seldomly have issues. Most of the issues that we've had over the years are when somebody buys a horse without really shopping or asking questions. So please do that. Again, I like how this horse is put together. Big solid hip, nice front shoulder. I like how he carries his head through this. I like how he was loping those circles and collected up. Again, they're going to be exposed to a little bit of everything with 6-shooter. Carrying the teddy bears there in the pack saddle, bouncing the ball, shooting the balloons. Just a little bit of everything with them. They do a great job of desensitizing these horses. And again, I can't stress enough when Laura tells me that they stand out to her above and beyond most of the horses they've ever offered with us, and that these are 3 of the best. She's the one that's riding them, and that tells me a lot. So nice horse here in hip number 1 with Justin. Just really like how he's put together and everything about watching him in the video. Moving on to hip number 2. Oh, I want the video, not the picture. This is Sean. Sean is brought to us by Sorrel River Ranch in Moab, Utah. He's a 2017 grade gelding. He's 15 hands, disposition 4 for competent rider, temperament 3 for average. They've used him in trail rating. Sean has been used on their guest ranch as a wrangler horse, so the wranglers have used him. He's sure-footed, stepped out nice, smoothed at all gaits, has a calm disposition. They've used him on the trails, put long days in on the mountains. They've used him for play day events such as redneck polo. They've ridden him to move wheel lines. He stays calm even with the water splashing in his face. And kickstands being thrown past his heads from the water. He's a good horse with beautiful conformation. I just riding through, I really like how this horse carries his head almost all the way through this video. He likes how he's put together. He's pretty. He's just 6 years old. One of the things I noticed, this horse has got some speed to him. There's a couple places in here, this long trot, he's covering some good, nice ground smoothly. There's a couple places in where he lets him go and really gets him out and running here in the arena here in a minute. He's got some speed to him. If you're looking for a rope prospect maybe a barrel prospect. I think this horse would make a pretty good, solid, athletic kind of a horse out in an event. I think here in just a second you'll see what I'm talking about. He travels out nice. I mean, look at the walk on him. He's going to cover some country. He's pretty. I just like how level-headed this horse just carries his head level all the way through this video, no matter what they're doing. Out on the trails, in the arena, out around. Here's where you can see he's got some speed to him. If you're looking for a horse with some speed, I think he's got it. Somebody could go take him and finish him out to rope or maybe barrel race, junior high or high school rodeo, little britches kind of thing. Maybe a 4-H horse with some speed events. I mean, the way he carries his head, you could go do Western Pleasure and turn around and run some speed events. I like the potential of this horse. He's young. He's got his whole life ahead of him. I like how he's put together. Just a really kind of a cool horse. And I just noticed watching through this video how athletic he could be. So I think somebody's going to have a nice horse here. I'm going to maybe skip back here just a little bit. We'll see him out into the water and stuff, but there's a little bit of an obstacle course here I want to show. See him here kicking the ball. He's going to go over in, cross some bridges and stuff. I wanted to make sure everybody got a chance to see it. And again, we're going to show bits and pieces of this video. If you're interested in the horse and you haven't watched all the video, please go watch them. We're just going to show bits and pieces. Make sure you watch them all and understand, kind of what you're getting. I just really like the way this horse kind of handles everything that they show in this video. Does it well, level-headed, got a stride. He's going to be athletic. This is a cool kind of horse. We'll let him go through over here through the bridge, and then we'll kind of move on to hip number 3. But again, this is a horse that I think somebody could go really make something, turn something into, finishing him out, and he's just got the athleticism from what I can see in this video and some speed that somebody ought to be grabbing him up and going and finishing him out in the arena, I think. Okay, we're going to move to hip number 3. This is Bailey, brought to us by Peyton Peterson out of Richfield, Utah. This is a 2013 grade mare. She's 14 hands, disposition 3 for average rider, temperament 3 for average. Got experience in trail riding, ranch work, 4-H club shows, play days, sorting, team penning. She's a 2013 bay mare. She's very quiet, good with her feet, knows what she's doing. He's used her for 4-H, did amazing. He's in the same 4-H area as my daughters, and so I watched him ride this horse in 4-H all summer. She did pretty good with speed events. They used her for team sorting. She's gotten him a couple of 10, and she took 3rd in Sevier Valley team sorting. She's great on the trail, and she's been amazing to get up in the mountain. He took her to desert, and she did just fine, crossed water, anything. And again, I mentioned he's in the same 4-H group as my daughters. I'm pretty sure he made it to state 4-H on this horse. I know he was at state. I'm pretty sure it was on this horse. There's some pictures in here of him doing the pole bending and stuff. If you're looking for just a good kind of an all-around kind of mare, she's 10 years old. She's got a lot of life ahead of her. She's got some experience out doing those kind of things. This year, just a good kind of an all-around solid kind of a mare. She's well put together. Just a good kind of a solid kind of horse that you can go just do about anything on. Again, he's been team sorting on her. Had her out in the mountains, out on the desert. Just about any direction you want to go with her. No, back here a little bit. We're going to jump back a little bit where he starts to move some cows around. She's been exposed. Nice stop. I like how she tucks her head right there. He's going to go get some cows up here and move it around. Again, we're going to kind of jump around in these videos and show you bits and pieces. Take the time to go back through if you haven't already and watch the rest of them. You can see him here working these cows on this mare. Again, just a good kind of an all-around kind of a mare that if you're looking for. She's in the prime of her life, got a lot of life ahead of her, got a little bit of experience in just about everything. One that you can go take right out on the mountain, take it out on the desert, take it back to the 4-H pen, go sort on, just a little bit of everything. Okay, moving on to hip number 4. This is a Uena. This is another one brought to us by Sorrel River Ranch. They're in Moab, Utah, by the way. I failed to mention that on hip number 2. This is Uena. She's 2014 grade mare. She's 15 3-hands tall. You can see it in her. She's got some size to her. I like how this horse walks out as well. Her disposition's 4 for a confident rider, temperament 4 for has a motor. You can see it in her. They've used her for trail riding. She's packed a guest on their ranch. Is ready for a new home. She steps out nicely, is careful with her foot placement, does excellent out on the trail. They say if you're looking for a fast walking, beautiful mare, she's the girl for you. She's just big, solid. You can tell she's going to have that long stride, step out, cover some country for you. If you're looking for a good solid mountain horse that will cover some miles for you quickly or ride some fence, check cows out on the summer, she's probably going to be a good horse. Some trail riding, he just carries out, walks along. She's big, she's solid on the front shoulder there. She's just 9 years old, so just right in the prime of her life, again with a lot of life ahead of her. She's pretty too to boot. Here's another one. If you got a breeding program, maybe a draft cross breeding program, you can get some size, some color out of her. You could go ride her and breed her and get some babies. Use her as a my mind just went blank. But you could pick her up and carry her along in a breeding program as well. Just a nice, solid, big kind of a mare. See her going to the water. Just something that, I just look at her and think she ought to be on a ranch. She's going to cover some country. She's got some size. But out on the trail, she's going to cover too. She walks down these trails good, solid, level-headed. Another just good, solid kind of a mare there that somebody's going to enjoy. Okay, hip number 5, make a note, is a scratch. We announced that earlier this week. He was exposed to strangles, so they decided to quarantine him and hold him back. If you have some interest, you can contact the consignor. I don't know how long that's going to be, but she didn't feel comfortable selling him until she was sure that he either didn't have it or got through it. So moving on to hip number 6. This is another one from 6 Shooter Livestock out of Blackfoot, Idaho. This is Cool Smokin' Mocha. He's by Very Cool, by T.E. Coolest, by Coolest. Also, Image of a Kid on the top. On the bottom, out of S.K. Golden Buns, by Smokin' Quesadilla, by Queso Legacy. And I also got Gray Conclusive there on the bottom. So this is a 2013 registered gelding. He's AQHA. He's 15 2-hands. Disposition 2 for beginner friendly. Temperament 2 for mellow. Experience in trail riding, 4-H club shows, play days, breed shows, Western Pleasure. And they have Hunter Jumper. That might be a typo. I would double check with them on that. Who doesn't want a turkey for Thanksgiving, they say. They call him Turkey, and it's Thanksgiving just here in under a week. He's by TC Coolest, who is out of Coolest on the top side. On the bottom side, Turkey goes back to Conclusive. He's HYPPNN. So he's halter bred with AQHA points. He's good in the arena, out on the trails. He'll meet you at the gate, ready to put his head in the halter. He's good alone in a group, and always the same. He can go back to the show ring. He's a solid 4H. He'd be a solid 4H mount. Good, great, fun trail horse. Watching earlier the video, I just really like how this horse carries his head in the bridle. Level-headed, does everything. Again, Laura said earlier that these are three of the nicest horses they've offered. I like how he just carries himself right there. Nice, smooth lope. He's got some size, that front shoulder. I like this horse quite a lot. He's 10 years old. He's right in the prime of his life. Again, Laura said this is three of the nicest they've offered. She's been riding them every day. She said she loves riding them. All three of the horses they have in this sale. But I really like how he carries. You can see that kind of halter Western pleasure breeding in him and how he carries himself. But I like how he carries himself in the bridle. You can see that experience from the show pen there. If you're looking again for a 4H type of a horse, that you can go and get some blue ribbons on Western pleasure and halter. He's standing right here in front of you. He's got lots of life ahead of him. Just 10 years old. He carries himself well all the way through this video. Again, they're going to have him exposed to pretty much anything you can think of. And just a nice horse. You see him there going up around. I don't know if that's a church or the office building or what exactly that building is, but just doing a little bit of everything. Again, there's 16 minutes of video here on this horse. Hopefully, if you're interested, you've watched all the way through it. I just really like how this horse carries himself. I listen when somebody like Laura tells me this is one of the nicest that they've offered and how good they are to ride. I like how this horse travels out, walks out. You see there with the plastic water bottles around the legs. You can show how he handles stuff around his legs. Just a cool, nice horse. Somebody's going to be really happy with this gelding, I think. And they do. There is a picture in there showing the HYPP negative, just to verify on there. Okay, moving on to hip number 7. This is one that I'm kind of excited to see how it goes. This is kind of a unique kind of a horse right here. This is another one from Sorrel River Ranch over there in Moab. Her name is Pepper. She's a 2005 Frisian Cross mare. She's grade, 15 hands, disposition 4 for confident rider, temperament 4 for has a motor. You can see her cover some country in here. She's big. She's solid. She's got that Frisian in her. There's a little place later here in this video you can see that Frisian movement where they've got her in the arena kind of moving out. They've used her as a wrangler horse on their guest ranch. She's been involved in various activities. She fulfilled that role. She's a phenomenal trail horse with a huge motor and a gait. She's extremely sure-footed and has the power to pack a full-grown man all day long through the country. She is just big and solid. You can see how she travels out in it. She's going to be smooth with that Frisian cross in her. Here's another one. She's 18 years old, 18 years old, I believe, if I'm doing that math right. But, if you've got a draft crossbreeding program or something and wanted to get a couple babies out of her, you could. She's unique colored. I don't think you're going to find a Frisian cross with that coloring, the grayed out, but the dapple gray at times you can see in the picture. She's big, she's solid. Right through here you can kind of see that Frisian movement in that trot and that just nice, level, easy going kind of a trot. Again, they talk about she's going to cover some ground. Right there you can kind of see it in her movement too. This is a cool kind of a big, solid, nice kind of a horse. that'll cover some country if you want to go right out on the mountains. Again, boy, if you got a breeding program, I guess, especially kind of a draft cost kind of a program, here's one that you can get going on, and maybe get a couple babies out besides using her and riding her. She's, if you needed to go doctor some cows, and I don't know if she's had a rope swung on her or not, but boy, if she did, you could go handle the big cows or the bulls with her. She's got the size to hold them. You see her there loping out, covering some ground. Just a kind of a cool mare. We like those Friesian crosses. Oh, you can even get the dog to lead her around. I don't know that the dog comes with the horse, but if you've got the dog that'll do that, she'll cooperate. Okay, moving on to hip number 8. This little pony is a cool pony. I'm going to start with this video. We might watch a couple of these. This is just a cool, real well-rounded, gonna do pretty much anything you want to do kind of a pony. This is Massey, brought to us by Kyle Stapleman out of Paul, Idaho. It's a 2005 pony mare. She is 13 hands. Disposition 3 for average rider, disposition 3 for average temperament. They've used her in trail riding, ranch work, 4-H club shows, and play days. You just saw they ride her in English and jump. They rope off of her. There's another video here with her roping out of the box on the heel end. They ride her bareback in the little one of the videos, double. They see her dragging. Just a little bit of everything with this pony. As I watched through today, I was impressed with this. They carry a flag on her in multiple of these videos. There's 4 videos up on her. They're all about 2 minutes if you haven't watched them. She's 18 years old, but boy, a lot of these ponies will live to be 30 plus. She's just solid. She's well-rounded. She's got experience. Will do just about everything. She's got some athleticism. This size pony is really cool because it's real easy for an adult to get on and ride as well. We've got a couple that are this size. One of them is my wife's go-to horse when we go on a trail ride. She just loves riding him, and he's smooth. And this is the kind that is small enough that your youth can get some confidence saddling, riding, handling on their own. But if you need an extra horse for an adult, they can jump on and ride out too. This is just really a kind of cool pony. So I'll read what they've got to say. She's a super fun pony, big enough for the whole family to appreciate. She got her name because she's built tough like a tractor. She's got a ground covering walk. Keep up with the big horses. Would make a great ranch or trail pony. She's tough enough to cover some country. Kind enough to take care of an ambitious cowboy. She's not a plod-along rock pounder. She had plenty of zip to her for the little cowboys and cowgirls that go everywhere. Best suited for a confident youngster. I'm going to pop out here and we'll go to the roping video here while I'm finishing this. That being said, she's not been a rodeo pony, but she has followed the steer sled for millions of loops and is content letting anybody rebuild loops, throw a million times at their roping dummy. So if you're looking for something that can teach your youth how to rope, she might fit that bill really well. She trots a nice set of barrels and poles, but isn't a push-button speed event horse either. She's dependable, has not a mean moan in her body. She's been ridden out alone or in a pack. She is kept in the pasture with the other horses, holds her own, but is not mean. She has good hard feet, can go barefoot anywhere through the tough country, needs no maintenance. She's an easy keeper. She isn't prone to founder. That's common with ponies, and they say that she isn't prone, so is not. The best part about this little lady is that she's willing to try anything. Jumping small jumps, crossing water, pulling logs, packing flags, you name it. And they got videos of about all of it there. This is just a cool little horse. Again, you go try to find these that are this size that adults and anybody can ride. They're hard to find. Here's one that's got a lot of experience doing just about everything. If you're looking for a little 4-H pony for a youth that's got some confidence, she'd probably do just all kinds of that. Go again, the roping. You want somebody to learn how to rope, follow a steer. Just well-rounded. See her calling flags. She's obviously good with being painted up and colored. One of these videos shows her carrying the American flag for the national anthem. Just well-rounded pony. These are hard to find. You'll run the tires off of a car, trying to find these kind of ponies, and they're worth their weight in gold, and the confidence that they can give these youth. Just a cool little horse. I hope somebody's really paying attention there, because those do not come along very often. Okay, moving on to hip number 9. This is Feather. This is another one brought to us by the Sorrel River Ranch. This is a 2016 grade mare. She's 14-1 hands, disposition 2 for beginner friendly, temperament 2 for mellow, and experienced in trail riding. Feather's a 2016 model grade mare that was used in the dude string that seems to pack guests. She's very gentle, easy to be around. She's healthy and ready to ride. They're only selling her because they want larger horses in their dude string. She's packed kids, adults, wranglers all season long, and he would feel comfortable putting anyone on her. Don't miss out on a good horse. Watching this video when it first came, there's not a ton of video here, but I just liked how she just kind of goes along with everything, handles everything, rides along. Just a good, solid kind of a mare right here. She's only 7 years old. She's got a lot of life ahead of her. Good temperament. Again, these kind of horses are hard to find. They're going to take care of about anybody. If you need something that your guests can come and ride, but you can still have something extra out in the pasture. Just a good, solid kind of all-around kind of a horse right here that will take care of just about anybody you put on her. Another one that maybe for a 4-H or something that you got a youth that's maybe starting out would fit, but whether you're going out on the trails or want to do something like that, just a good all-around kind of a solid kind of a mare right there. Okay, moving on to hip number 10. This is one of the ones that I'm excited to see where it ends up. I wish we could watch all this video, but we're not going to be able to. This is Boone's Hot Dakanita. They call him Silverado, brought to us by Kara Washburn out of Altamont, Utah. He is by PC Boone's feature, by Boone Docs John, by Boone Bar. Also has Sunfrost up there on the top on his papers. On the bottom, a daughter of Goon Dakanita by Dune Doc Curry by Doc's Paradise. Also has Speedy Hot Taco there on the bottom side. Also has a mare there that's probably going to go back to Zampar Bar. And some more Doc Bar type bloodlines. Nice, solid kind of a registered gelding. This horse is a switch end rope horse. Solid. You can see it in the video. If you don't know Kara is a really good trainer. She's well known for the rope horses that she's produced, her and her dad. She's competed at all levels. She knows what a good horse is, and she has told me this is really a special kind of a horse right here. I like how he's built. I like how he's colored. I like the hip on him. You can see you rope both ends on him. I like how he stands in the box. I like how he works the cattle. This is a 2019 registered gelding. He is just 4 years old. He's 15-2 hands tall, disposition 2 for beginner friendly, temperament 2 for mellow. So if you're looking for a young horse that's going to fit about anybody, here he is right here. You do not see very many 4-year-olds that fit that bill. You can also go rope both ends on him. You can have him out in the mountains. You'll see a sliding stop in this video here in a minute. He could go in the show pen about any way. This is just a solid all-around kind of a horse. This is what Kara had to ride up on him. He's the kind of horse anyone would love to own. He stands 15-2 hands tall. He's fancy to look at, as you'll find anywhere. Silverado is gentle. She stresses that. Every time you saddle him up, he rides to the level of the rider and asks and never has any foolish business. No matter if you're looking for a family horse, trail horse, ranch horse, rope horse, show horse, or anything else, Silverado will handle the task. He's a seasoned veteran, 3 times his age. He's a puppy dog, gentle, loves attention, a perfect gentleman to all the tasks on the ground while you're in the saddle. Silverado has plenty of talent, tools for a high-end rider and enjoy and win on, but will make a novice feel comfortable and confident in everything they do on him as well. They don't miss the chance to own a very special horse with his whole life ahead of him. We welcome you to come and try him for yourself before the sale. They're willing to deliver him up to 150 miles from Altamont. They also will give you 10 days, so beyond the 7 days, to get him picked up. Again, I just want to point out, Kara and her dad have made a living training ranch horses for people, or rope horses. They know what a good solid rope horse is. They know how to train one. Kara is well known out from competition to training to doing these kind of things. She knows what a good horse is, and when she calls a horse special, the kind that anyone's going to love, that says a lot to me. This is a cool horse. Again, you could watch this video all the way through to the end and see just all kinds of things. I love how this horse is put together for a 4-year-old. He's still probably going to grow just a hair over the next year and mature and fill out a hair more, but boy, he's just solid, big boned. You can rope both ends on him. Boy, if you're looking for a good solid rope horse that you can go out and go to the jackpots, rope both ends, you can work the ranch, you can go out on the cattle. You saw that sliding stop there a minute ago. He handles the dogs. A 4-year-old with this kind of temperament, this is probably a once-in-a-lifetime kind of horse that you just don't get opportunity at every day. And here he is. I'm excited to see where he ends up. This is a cool horse, and I think somebody's going to really be happy to get him bought. Okay, moving on to hip number 11. This is Harvey. This is Six Shooter's third horse. This might be my favorite, and I'll be honest, not necessarily anything other than I just like how he looks and how he's put together. I like all three of their horses, but I think this one is my favorite of the three. He is, again, from Six Shooter Livestock up in Blackfoot, Idaho. He's a 2014 gelding, so he's just 9 years old. He's 15 hands, disposition 2 for beginner friendly, temperament 2 for mellow, experienced in trail riding, ranch roping, 4-H club shows, play days, team sorting, and penning. They used him as a birthday horse for their 4-year-old granddaughter's birthday here just not too long ago. He is just the right amount of chrome on that black. He's flashy boy with super sweet, loves attention. He's been used to gather cows, rode in the arena, doing play days and games. He's packed flags. He's good alone or in a group, hauls ties, and is super patient. Harvey has packed special cargo. Their granddaughter there for trail rides as a 4-year-old. She hauls and is super nice. He's the same, be it cold or hot. And another one you can see there carrying the dinosaur costume. But this is one, Laura and I traded a couple messages the other day, and she talked about just how he really rides in the bridle one-handed. Good, solid, nice handle on him that way. I like that hip on him. I like the chrome. I like how he's put together there. Just a cool horse right here. And again, Laura mentioned to me that these are three of the nicest that they've offered. She's loved riding him, and just how well they've done. God, he's pretty. He's level-headed. Again, I like how this horse carried his head through all of this video. Doesn't care about the water, as they say right there. He's put together just solid like a tank. Just a nice kind of a horse that's really in the prime of his life. Seasoned enough to have the experience, but got 10-plus years ahead of him. Again, with the bottles here, you can see how he handles around his feet. And again, I just can't stress enough, we're approaching the end of our 8th year here, and one thing that I've learned is, when the consigners that do this and ride these horses and train these horses and work with these horses start telling me that a particular horse or a particular set of horses stands out to them, that really speaks volumes to me, and I really start paying attention to that. So I know I've said it several times and stressed it, but Laura's message letting me know that speaks volumes to me. Jump up here and watch him climb some stairs. And up around the buildings here. Again, the other thing that Laura messaged to me about was just how well he rode one-handed. I know in some of this video they're riding him two-handed, but she said, boy, he really carries the bridle well, rides out one-handed really nice, neck reign's good. I really like how this horse is put together. And again, we got 17 minutes of video there. If you haven't seen it all, maybe we'll pop up and watch him drag here before we move on to the next horse. But if you haven't watched it all, go in. You'll see a lot of things. 6 Year does a great job showcasing the horses that, what they've shown and done, and finding different ways to show you kind of how they handle different things, and have just a little bit of everything in these videos. So if you haven't watched all the videos, make sure you jump in and watch them on there. Okay, moving on to hip number 12. This is another one. This kind of the back-to-back three right here in a row that are my favorites. This is Sirion Kapal Dathul. They call him Mose. He is a registered gypsy. He's brought to us by Galen Widdison out of Spring City, Utah. Let's see if I can get these names on this registration. He is by PGR Kalu Saviba, by Nobby, a.k.a. Royal Rami, by Westmoreland, the lottery horse. Also has a foundation stallion up there on the top side. On the bottom, he's out of PGR's Dakota, which was by a foundation stallion and mare. These some of these draft breeds and gypsy breeds get a little bit different kind of a background from the pedigrees. I'm not familiar enough with the gypsy names to know much about that, but I like these gypsy horses. They're cool looking, they're level-headed, they're easy going. You can see here this girl using him at a show. This is a 2011 model, so 12 years old. We've seen a handful of gypsies over the years. This, I think, is only the second or third registered gypsy we had. You see here pulling in the parade, pulling the cart. He's 14 two hands. Disposition 2 for beginner friendly, temperament 2 for mellow. They've used him in trail riding, 4-H club shows, play days, breed shows, driving, and pulling. He glistens, shiny black. You can see the mane and the tail. He's got the feathering down there around the legs. He's perfect small head, chrome on all four legs. He's 100% sound. Anyone can ride him. He's beginner friendly, but also the go-to horse for experienced riders. He's quiet and easy to handle. He meets you at the gate. He waits for you to put the halter on. They've ridden him in the mountains in a rough, steep terrain, deadfall, crosses river, water with ease, and is always sure-footed. He has a ground-covering walk, very willing to and safe. Will carry an adult all day. Is broke to pull the carriage. Rock solid in traffic, no matter how big and noisy, the vehicles won't bother him. He's done 4-H, rides Western, English, bareback. Just a cool, all-around kind of horse. She is friends with our friends over there at Dry Creek Performance Horses. They've had a couple of these gypsies in our cell that have just done great. We're always excited to see them. I know coming, just connection with Dry Creek and the friends, that just the way that they handle these horses, it's coming from a good program. Going to be a nice horse. He's got the feathering. He's going to get you noticed. Whenever they've had somebody come to the ranch and ride a horse, they put him on this one. They can put anybody on him. He's very safe. He's gentle. He's quiet. Just a cool kind of a horse. And again, back to kind of the horses of a lifetime. You don't see a ton of these. They're getting a little bit more out there, but they're hard to find. They're cool horses. They got good dispositions and temperaments. Just really a cool kind of a horse. I'm excited to see where all three of those horses right there in a row go. I'll be excited tomorrow when we get to that part of the sale to kind of see how it plays out. Okay, moving on to hip number 13. This is He the Man? Brought to us by Hank Kerr out of Afton, Wyoming. He is registered. He's by Skip's Old Sandman, by Skip O'Yeller, by Skip B. Quest. Also JF Skip Sandman on the top. On the bottom, he's out of Chatiz, by Triple Zipalong, by Triple Kanbar. Also Star Time Cisco on the bottom. This is a 2017 AQHA model. 15 3 hands, disposition 3 for average rider, temperament 3 for average. Been used in trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, sorting, and team penning. Nice palomino. I like how this horse is put together. Just a 6-year-old. Talking to Hank a couple days ago, they've been shipping and stuff cattle up there, and just was telling me how nice this horse is. He's got some size to him at the 15 3 hands. He's 1,250 pounds. He's just coming into his prime at the 6 years old. He's gentle and very broke, has a great turnaround and excellent stop. He's an awesome trail horse, very sure-footed, travels out nice. Has been around cattle, is good to rope, and been in the branding pen. Shows great potential in whatever they've asked him to do. Easy to catch at first glance. First at the gate, he's very eye-catching and sure to please. Here's another one. They've roped without him out on the ranch. He's got some athleticism. He's built right. He's just coming into the prime. If you wanted to go finish him off into a rope horse or use him on the ranch, he'd probably make a heck of a head horse. Got the size to him and some athleticism. Had a rope swung on him out on the ranch, been used around there, or he's going to cover some country for you out there on the mountains. Again, got some palomino color to you. You see him dragging here from the horn. Just good, solid, kind of all-around kind of a horse. And again, Hank, I was just talking to him a couple days ago, and he just said, man, this is just a nice horse. Going to make somebody a good horse. And he was excited to have this horse in the sale and offered, and just couldn't say enough good things about him. Okay, again, we'll remind everybody there's pre-purchase exams or reports up on all these. We don't consider those a pass and fail. We just consider them a way to give you as a buyer a good idea of what the current condition of the horse is. Moving on to hip number 14. This is Ruger, brought to us by Duke Brother Horses out of Heber, Utah. They topped our sale in September with a nice Palomino horse. Here's another one from their program. This is a 2020 model, grade gelding, so he's just 3 years old. If you watch through this horse has got a lot of nice experience and a lot of good miles on him as a 3-year-old. His disposition is 4 for confident rider, temperament 2 for mellow. Used in trail riding and ranch work. Don't let your size fool him. This horse is tough as it gets. He stands at around 14 hands tall. But they've been hunting on him all fall, and he can go all day. He knows how to get around in steep country, deadfall, crosses water, bogs, no problem. He's in your pocket kind of a horse, very quiet to be around for his age. He isn't fazed by much. He's been shot around, ponied other horses, can swing a rope on him, will drag a log. He's good with tarps. He rides around off leg cues, ride with loose rein, picks up both leads. This horse doesn't have any bad habits. He just needs somebody to take him out and finish him. Duke Brothers have put several young horses in our sale over the last couple of years. They've all been nice. They've all been good horses. They get a good, solid start on them. I just mentioned they had a 4-year-old in our September sale that topped the sale, and boy, he rode nice. They get a good, solid foundation on these horses. I really, just watching back through this video, was really impressed with this horse, and just as a 3-year-old, all that they've got him doing already. You see him there with the tarp. You saw him crossing water. He's just covering, the ground however they ask him to do with a level head. Rides out there covering some ground really well as well. Just a good, solid kind of a gelding with a really good start, and he's got his whole life ahead of him. These guys just do a good job with these young horses, get a good foundation on them. They're started right. You go out and finish this horse, I guarantee you're going to like him. You see here the shoot off of him, shoot the pistol. I'm impressed with this young horse for just a 3-year-old. He's really got a lot of the right kind of miles on him and started right. Going to make somebody a cool horse. They just mentioned, the hunts just got over. They've had him out. You can see they're hunting with him. He's going to ride him here in the shop and out. Look at the hip on him too. He's just 3. He's going to fill out for 2 more years. Might get a little bit more height. Probably going to get a little bit more height to him there and fill out. I I've got a gelding standing out in my pasture that was about that size as a 3-year-old that's every bit of 15-1, 15-2 hands and solid as can be today. Just, they're going to grow till they're about 5 or 6 years old, and this horse is going to fill out quite a bit since. But he's got, the miles on him as a 3-year-old. Somebody's going to have a nice horse to go finish out and do something with. I just really kind of like this horse and think somebody's going to have something special when they get him bought. Moving on to hip number 15. This is Apache. I'm going to jump up ahead a little bit because a lot of this first video here is pictures of different places he's been and saddling him up. Feel free to go back and watch it on your own for saddling him up, but we're going to get out where we can see him ride a little bit here. He is a 2008 gelding, so he's 15 years old. Good, solid seasoned gelding with still quite a bit of life ahead of him. He's a disposition 1 for anyone can ride, temperament 2 for mellow. He's been used in trail riding, ranch work, ranch roping, 4-H club shows, play days, sorting, team penning, western pleasure. They've been their daughter's horse, but she has a double knee surgery and won't be riding for a while. After recovery, she's going to graduate on to another horse to take to college. So they've decided to let him go to where he can get somebody that will enjoy him. Again, he's got 5 or 6, 7 years left in his life, and they want somebody to be able to go use him. They bought him a couple of years ago from a 65-year-old man who used him extensively in the mountains and around cows. They've used him for their kids on their ranch. They've used him on trips up in the Uintas for the past 3 summers. Out on the trail, he gets along well with other horses. He was a lead horse and he was ponied and used as a pack horse. He does great on a high line or hobbled. He's high level headed. Doesn't get excited about much. He's been there, done that, gathering cows, moving cows, pretty crazy country. He'll take care of you or your kids. He walks out well. He stands tied shoes. Well's easy to handle. And they're over in Kanab, Utah. This is by Star Stotler. Who can sign him. I was talking to Star today, and she just talked about how nice this horse really is and how good he's good. They mentioned it's been their daughter's horse. She's not going to be able to use him for a while. When she gets to riding again, she's going to move on to a younger horse for college that she can go on with, and they just didn't want him to go to waste. But she talked about, her husband's been using this horse recently, how well he rides out, just a good, well-rounded. If you're looking for a good, solid, mountain kind of horse that can sit and then go and take out on the hunts, the mountains. He's had a pack saddle on him. He's got some size to him. He's got a lot of life ahead of him, but he's going to be seasoned and take care of you. We saw him work a gate here a minute ago, or he's about to work a gate right here, I guess. The videos I watched earlier are blending together. Just good, solid, one-handed, seasoned, nice kind of gelding with some size. Got a lot of life ahead of him. I was looking through the vet reports earlier today, and I mentioned earlier we don't consider those pass or fail. We consider them just to give you an idea what they are, because if you know anything about horses, anything over 5 years old is going to have something. But I was looking at this horse as a 15-year-old horse that's been used out on the mountains, used on the ranch. They've been riding him. Boy, that was a clean vet report for a 15-year-old horse, as clean as they come. And he rides out nice. He handles well. He's got some size. He's going to cover some country. Boy, if you're looking for a good, solid mountain horse or ranch horse, here he is right here in front of you. I just really like this horse. He's paint. Going to get you noticed. Just a cool kind of a horse. I'm trying to remember what else in this video. There's quite a bit of video here you can go watch. Again, you can watch him saddling up. I like this horse. I'll tell you, over the last few years, especially as the pandemic's hit, and we've had a lot of people looking for horses that they're maybe recreational riders, and they're just going to let the horses sit and go on a few trail rides. These seasoned horses like this gelding right here that are 14, 15, 16 years old are hard to find. And oftentimes we've seen them sell above the 5, 6, 7-year-old horses, because just people can go out and use them. You get on them, you're not worried, they'll take care of you. You don't have to worry about tuning them up or getting them ready. We watch some of these horses 17, 18, 19 years old sell for $15,000, $16,000, $17,000 over the last couple of years. They're just hard to find. And this is a good solid one right here in front of you. I think somebody's really going to enjoy that horse when they get him home. Okay, moving on to hip number 16. This is another one brought to us by Star Stotler. This is Thunder Cub. This is another one of those ponies I was talking about that's just the right size that the youth can get some confident and handle, but an adult can still jump on and use if they need to. And again, there's quite a few pictures in here and some saddling at the beginning. We're going to jump through to where you can see some riding here. And they start with a youth that's riding in their own pen, and they move to a different youth that's riding here in a minute. That you can see that first one was in a halter riding. Thunder Cub is a 2009 model, so he's 14 years old. Grade, disposition 5 for intermediate plus rider, temperament 3. I don't know that that's right, that disposition. If you're interested, call Star and talk to her. Used in trail riding, ranch work, 4-H club shows, play days. Her 9-year-old son is selling this pony. They wanted to help write write the description, and this is what their son wrote. Thunder Cub is a great pony. He's nice and willing. He's great for experienced riders. He's great with fly spray. Thunder Cub was originally broke by a 70-year-old man and used on the ranch, gathering cows and other ranch jobs. They bought this horse for their 6-year-old son. He was very young at the time, didn't have a lot of experience, so they used him infrequently for moving cows and such. Their boy has grown quite a bit and wants to ride big horses with the big kids, so Thunder Cub has mostly sat unused for the last several years. He might need a little refresher in some areas, but their son saddled him up and rode him the other day, which is probably this video right here. I did put that he needs more than an average or confident rider just because he sat for so long, so that's why that's in there. I forgot about that. Otherwise, he'll make a good mid-sized riding horse for someone with a little effort. He's just good, solid, put together. He's 14 again. I mentioned earlier, these ponies oftentimes will live to 30-plus years old. Good, solid feet on them. I was talking to Star today. They got his feet all cleaned up and trimmed up nice. Now you can see just the swinging up for a horse that's been sitting for a long time. You watch that boy swing up on him. I think in here he swings a rope somewhere in this video riding out. So here's one that's been sitting for a while, but again, that size is hard to find. Good, solid, seasoned kind of a horse that they've saddled up and rode right out. He's solid as can be. An adult could get on this horse and ride all day long. I mentioned earlier we've got a couple around this size, and one of them's my wife's go-to when we go trail riding. She just likes the easy on and off and how they cover the ground and handles and goes out and does it. And not that she doesn't like her big horses too, but she really enjoys them. I've ridden that little one that we've got. They're fun to ride. They're just cool kind of a size horses that can give some youth some confidence and ways to go out and do. But you can still get on an adult and use them. The one we've got, we also throw a lot of our guests on. We get our kids' friends come over. It's just nice to have these that are this size that, especially for somebody that maybe is a little bit nervous about being up on the bigger horses, they can feel a little bit more confident. This is just a good, solid kind of a pony. And again, they're hard to find in this size because a lot of times when people get them, they don't give them up because they're big enough for some adults to ride. Okay, moving on to hip number 17. This is our final horse in the sale. This is Maui. I kind of like this horse too. This is a cool looking kind of a horse that's young and got us a little life ahead of him. Brought to us by Amy Larson out of Farmington, Utah. Her name is Maui. It's 2017 gelding. His grade, he is registerable, I believe, down in here. They had him, they bred this horse, if I remember right, and I think you probably could get him registered. He is 14 hands, disposition 4 for confident rider. He is young. Temperament 2 for mellow. He's been experienced in trail riding, ranch work, arena roping, 4-H club shows, play days, Western pleasure. He's well-built, athletic, and quick. 4-H gelding. He's been shown in two-handed, done trail and showmanship as well in 4-H. He spent 60 days with a trainer for breakaway and healing. So if you're looking for something to go finish out into a heel horse or breakaway horse, pay attention on this one. He's an excellent trail horse, crosses water, deadfall, stays very quiet. He's been used on the cattle ranch for a season. Does very well with new horses, stalls quiet or in a pasture. What excels a ranch versatility, trail, pleasure horse. You can see him roping there out of the box on him. He's quiet in the arena and on the trails. They've started him roping, and he's doing well. He's lightly started on barrels and pole bending. He's selling his grade, but here's the sire. The sire is Automator, which is a son of Smart Little Lena, one of the great all-time quarter horses. And the dam is a granddaughter of Zan Parbar, another one of the great quarter horses, and produced a lot of good rope horses. They're not advertising him as a kid's horse, even though their kids used and rode him. He's always sound. Shoes great, trailer's great, ties, his bathes, shaves, amazing groundwork, and he's got that roan that everybody's been looking for. I don't know really whether he's a blue roan or a bay roan, but he's definitely roan. Going to stand out in a crowd with the coloring. I think it's kind of the time of color. Some of the pictures definitely make him look like a bay roan in this video, where he's at looks more like a blue roan. But and if you've had very May roan horses, that's not uncommon. They kind of change as the year goes, and just a young horse with his whole life ahead of him. He's pretty. I like the groundwork they're showing with him, the head on this horse, and boy, again, he's selling his grade, but this horse has got some great cow horse blood and athleticism behind him on his pedigree. He's good looking. He's got his whole life ahead of him. He's just coming into the prime of his life. There you can see, again, some of the breeding that this horse comes from. He comes from some great cow horse, rope horse athleticism kind of breeding, and is going to make somebody a nice horse there. And that is the final horse there in our sale. So again, we'll remind everybody, there are the health exams on these horses at the beginning there. The first horse will close tomorrow at 5 p.m. and then these horses will close in 5-minute increments. You will notice if you go into the horse, it will tell you when the close time is. So this one will close at 5 o'clock. Notice this little plus bid extension. I forgot to mention that earlier in the preview. If anybody bids on any of these horses in the last 60 seconds, it will extend that horse by 2 minutes. A horse can extend multiple times. One horse extending will not change the time on any other horse. So there is potential for an earlier horse to extend 4 or 5 times and maybe close behind a later horse. But you'll want to pay attention and watch tomorrow. Again, you can see the times there of when they'll close. We're looking forward to seeing where these horses end up. We have a great selection of horses. I think this is always a fun sell this time of year to see where they end up. We also remind everybody, if you're bidding, please, I hope you've talked to the consigners. If not, pick up the phone and call them. We want to make sure that these horses end up with the right people and that you're happy with the horse and the horse gets a good home. So do the consigners. So please make sure you've done your due diligence talking to the horse, talking to the consigners, looking at the videos, checking out the health exams, and making sure you understand. Again, if you are the winning bidder tomorrow, the expectation is that you'll get the horse paid for by the end of the sale. If you don't, we will run your credit card. The only exception is if somebody pre-qualified for a bank wire. We only have one of those. So pretty much, other than the one gentleman that did it, everybody else will need to pay by credit card tomorrow. And if you need some help, again, I'll just remind you, there's these phone numbers up here that you can call and get some assistance when it comes time to pay. We want to thank everybody for joining us tonight and watching. We're excited to see where these horses end up. We'll probably jump on live just for a few minutes tomorrow to review just before they start closing, maybe around 4:30 or so. And then we will not be live as the horses are closing. We're busy monitoring the software, making sure everything's going smoothly for those that do bid. So we look forward to seeing where everybody ends up. Good luck with the horses that you're after. We're excited to see where they find new homes. And we thank you for joining us this evening and look forward to a good sale.